For months, astronomers had been keeping a close watch on 3I/Atlas, better known as 3I Atlas, the third interstellar visitor after Oumuamua and Borisov. It had a strange green glow and unpredictable movement as it entered our solar system. Most experts thought they were studying just another mysterious space rock passing by the sun. But on September 19th, everything changed. At 2 a.m. UTC, an amateur astronomer in Chile captured something no one expected. 9 tiny points of light surrounding Atlas, all moving perfectly in sync, like fireflies circling a lantern. Within hours, the James Webb Telescope, Hubble, and the Very Large Telescope confirmed it. 3I Atlas wasn't alone. It had company. 10 objects, traveling together, glowing with the same eerie green light. Soon, scientists realized this discovery could rewrite everything we thought we knew about comets and interstellar visitors. At first, the experts dismissed the images, calling them camera errors or cosmic noise. But Webb's high-precision infrared scans proved it was real. 9 smaller bodies were flying beside Atlas, matching its exact speed, direction, and brightness. Then came the real shock. Spectral analysis showed that these weren't fragments of the comet. They were independent objects with a metallic composition: nickel, cobalt, and other rare alloys not normally found in natural comets. Even stranger, their energy output was enormous. While Atlas itself appeared to have the power of a 10-gigawatt reactor, each of the smaller objects was radiating nearly double that, 20 gigawatts, all packed inside bodies no bigger than city blocks. That's enough energy to power entire countries, coming from something the size of a building. Nature doesn't do that. Comets don't carry reactors. So the question everyone began asking was, if they weren't natural, then what were they? The most chilling part wasn't just their power, it was how they appeared. For weeks, telescopes all over the world, NASA's Juno, the Parker Solar Probe, and others, had been tracking Atlas. Not one of them saw these companions approaching. According to Harvard's A.V. Loeb, the 9 objects didn't drift into view. They appeared instantly. They blinked into existence faster than the blink of an eye. No telescope caught the exact moment they arrived. It was as if the sky had changed in an instant. One moment, a single traveler. The next, a convoy. Theories started flooding in. Did Atlas deploy these as mini-probes as it neared the sun? Were they dormant, waiting to activate under certain conditions? Or had they been here all along, hiding, invisible, until they chose to reveal themselves? Whatever the truth, one thing was clear. This was not random. When scientists tried to model the energy readings, their computers crashed. No matter how they adjusted for heat, density, or nuclear reactions, the math didn't add up. The power inside those objects simply couldn't exist without advanced technology. Ideas like antimatter drives, fusion reactors, even dark matter energy sources were thrown into discussion because normal physics just couldn't explain it. Each of the 9 bodies seemed hotter and more energetic than the main craft, almost as if they were built for close encounters, while Atlas stayed farther back, like a command ship sending its agents ahead. That realization hit the scientific community hard. If that was true, then these objects were not accidents. They were designed. Something, or someone, had placed them there and guided their movement. As photos and data leaked online, the public began asking the same question. Why didn't anyone tell us? How could amateur astronomers spot this before NASA? NASA and ESA released only short statements, saying they were monitoring the situation. But behind the scenes, leaks revealed emergency meetings at the Pentagon, ESA headquarters, and China's space agency. Plans for rapid launches and defense protocols were suddenly revived. private space companies were contacted for potential cooperation, and yet, to the public, there was silence, no warnings, no clear answers, just calm, rehearsed reassurances. There is no evidence of threat. But silence can say a lot. Because if 9 powerful glowing objects really appeared around 3I Atlas, each radiating more energy than entire nations, then maybe the truth is already too big to hide, and deep down, they know it. When Harvard's Avi Loeb analyzed the sudden appearance of those 9 mysterious companions around 3I Atlas, he shared a theory that sent shockwaves through the scientific world, the mothership hypothesis. According to Loeb, 3I Atlas might not be a simple comet or asteroid at all, but a massive interstellar craft, a carrier ship releasing smaller probes as it approached its destination, our solar system. Those 9 glowing escorts, he suggested, weren't debris or random fragments. They were scouts, deliberately deployed to explore or monitor nearby worlds, while the main craft stayed at a safe distance. If Loeb was right, it explained everything. Their strange power readings, their perfectly synchronized flight, and their instant appearance out of nowhere. But what truly terrified scientists was the question that followed. If they were probes, what was their mission? Were they mapping planets, searching for energy or minerals, or were they quietly observing us, the only known intelligent species in this region of space? Loeb made one chilling point clear. Probes this advanced don't appear by accident. They appear when they're meant to be seen. Not everyone agreed with him, of course. Some astronomers tried to explain it naturally, saying maybe Atlas had collided with another interstellar rock, breaking into smaller pieces that just happened to stay together. But that theory quickly fell apart. Fragments from a collision don't shine with 20 gigawatts of power, and they don't glow with identical green light or contain the same metallic alloys, and most importantly, they don't move in perfect formation like synchronized machines. Even the skeptics had to admit these objects didn't behave like shattered debris. They behaved like engineered probes, built for a purpose. The idea that Atlas was artificial, and not just another comet, was now impossible to ignore. And that was a truth many scientists weren't ready to say out loud. Then the story took another unexpected turn. From the opposite side of the sky, a second interstellar object appeared, C/2025R2, nicknamed SWN. This one was 100 times larger and brighter than Atlas, with a tail stretching wider than the full moon in our night sky. It was expected to pass close to the Sun just days after Atlas, meaning both interstellar objects were converging on the same region of space at the same time. For many experts, that timing was too perfect to be coincidence. Some believed SWN was coming as a defender, intercepting Atlas and its strange escorts before they could act. Others feared the opposite, that Atlas and SWN were working together, part of a single coordinated mission, meeting near the Sun to exchange data, energy, or something far beyond our understanding. Historians joined the discussion too, pointing to ancient records from around the world describing bright, green-tailed visitors appearing in the sky every 2,200 years. If those records are true, then this might not be the first time humanity has witnessed such a phenomenon. Maybe it's a cycle, one that keeps repeating, and this time we just have the technology to notice. While the public was left guessing, governments were not idle. Leaked documents revealed emergency meetings at the Pentagon, the European Space Command, and China's National Space Administration. Contingency plans were quietly drawn up, from reconnaissance probes to planetary defense systems. Reports claimed China redirected funds from its Long March 9 rocket to design a high-speed interceptor, while the European Space Agency revived blueprints from its old Don Quixote asteroid mission. Even private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin were contacted for possible rapid response launches. Yet, publicly, there was silence. NASA refused to release Webb's raw data. The ESA said nothing, and the White House issued a single line: "We are aware of the situation and are monitoring it." That silence only made things worse, because when 9 glowing powered objects suddenly appear in space and the world's top agencies all go quiet, it doesn't sound like reassurance. It sounds like confirmation that something big is happening, something far beyond what they're willing to tell us. And perhaps the most unsettling question of all still remains: how did those 9 companions come into existence, and who or what sent them? According to Harvard's analysis, the 9 strange objects appeared in less than a single millisecond, faster than anything ever recorded in natural space phenomena. To put that in perspective, a human blink takes about 300 milliseconds, and even a camera flash lasts around 5. These companions appeared 30,000 times faster than a blink and 100 times faster than a flash. For scientists, there was only one logical conclusion: they didn't just appear naturally. They were deployed like a precision system, releasing probes at the exact, perfect moment. In astronomy, nothing like this has ever been seen. Comets break apart slowly, over hours or days. Asteroids split from impacts, scattering dust and fragments in every direction. But 9 symmetrical objects, each glowing with massive energy, appearing in perfect formation within a millisecond. That's not random. That's technology. As the news spread, scientists and researchers started asking the same question. If these were probes, what were they designed to do? Some believed they were scouts, sent ahead to explore planets in our solar system, collecting data while 3I Atlas stayed at a safe distance. That would explain their stronger power cores, capable of withstanding harsh conditions near planets, atmospheres, and magnetic fields. But others feared a darker purpose. Each object radiates 20 gigawatts of power, far more than any observation tool would need. That's weapon-level energy. Could these probes be harvesters meant to extract resources or energy from planets and moons? Or even worse, enforcers built to neutralize threats before the main craft moves in? The truth is, we don't know. There's been no communication, no signals, just silence. And silence often means one thing: dread, because intent stays invisible until it acts, and by the time it does, it might already be too late to respond. Historians have also entered the conversation, pointing out eerie patterns through human history. Strange green-tailed comets have been recorded every 2 millennia. Ancient Chinese records describe a heavenly dragon appearing in 200 BCE. Babylonian tablets mention a splitting star that brought chaos, and European chronicles tell of a green banner in the sky around the year 1000. If these accounts are true, then maybe what we're seeing now isn't a first encounter, but a return, a cycle that repeats roughly every 2,200 years. And each time, humanity has watched in awe, left only with legends and fear. Now, for the first time in history, we have the technology to truly see it. And that realization may be the most terrifying part, that this isn't the beginning of contact. It's the continuation of something that began long before civilization itself. While the public is busy speculating online, behind closed doors, the world's governments are already moving. Defense satellites are being recalibrated, reconnaissance probes are being repurposed, and communication between NASA, the Pentagon, ESA, and China has quietly intensified. Leaked reports suggest China has accelerated its planetary defense program, Europe is reviving old plans for kinetic interceptors, and the United States has convened secret emergency panels, exploring everything from nuclear readiness to signal response strategies. But here's the haunting truth. Time is running out. With 3I Atlas and its 9 companions approaching their closest pass to the sun in just a few weeks, there's no time to build new technology, no time for global coordination, and no time to prepare for what might come next. Because if these objects aren't natural, then they're already far ahead of us. If these objects are hostile, humanity is already unprepared. And if they're not, then why all the silence? Why the secrecy? Because maybe the greatest fear isn't what these objects are, but what admitting their presence would do to us. In the days after the 9 companions appeared, subtle but strange effects started rippling through the solar system. Magnetometers picked up faint, synchronized pulses following the orbits of Atlas and its escorts, repeating every 43 seconds, like a heartbeat. Seismographs in Antarctica, South America, and Asia recorded ultra-low vibrations with no tectonic cause. Even migratory animals, whales in the Pacific, birds in Europe, insects underground, suddenly shifted their navigation paths as if their internal compasses were being scrambled. The timing of these signals matched the convoy's movements perfectly. Some researchers whispered that Earth itself might be waking up, its magnetic field resonating with something hidden in these objects. If this was coincidence, it was the most perfectly aligned coincidence in human history. If it wasn't, then the 9 escorts weren't just traveling. They were tuning the solar system itself. Then came the most chilling discovery. Radio astronomers detected a directed energy burst from one of the escorts, not aimed at Earth, but at the moon. Its path was exact, hitting a region long known for mascons, dense, mysterious gravitational anomalies buried beneath the lunar crust. These mascons have puzzled scientists for decades, hinting at hidden structures or concentrations of mass that standard geology can't explain. And now, for the first time, they were being targeted. The signal wasn't language, but a complex code. Layered, structured, precise. What if the moon isn't just a silent satellite, but part of a much older system, lying dormant until activated? Were these 9 objects awakening something beneath its surface, something placed there long before humans even walked the Earth? If the escorts are indeed probes, maybe the moon was never entirely ours to begin with. Despite all the evidence, the world's space agencies stayed quiet. NASA refused to release Webb's raw data. The ESA dodged every inquiry. China remained cryptically silent, though reports suggested emergency launches were being quietly prepared. The White House issued a single line: "We are aware and monitoring the situation." And then, nothing. For ordinary people, the only clues came from amateur astronomers, piecing together patterns from the sky that governments refused to acknowledge. And in this case, silence spoke louder than words. Because when 9 powered objects appear around an interstellar visitor and the world's top agencies respond with secrecy, it's not reassurance. It's confirmation that what they know cannot be shared. Orbital calculations revealed something too precise to ignore. 3I Atlas and its 9 escorts, along with the approaching giant Swan R2, were all set to align in a narrow solar corridor in mid-October. Their closest approaches to the Sun, their perihelia, would happen within days of each other, separated by less than 50 million kilometers. For random objects, this kind of synchronization is impossible. For engineered ones, it looks like a planned rendezvous. To astronomers, that meant only one thing. Whether it was a refueling, a data exchange, or something far more ominous, the timing was flawless. And the blackout window, when the sun blinds our telescopes, ensured that the most critical moments would remain unseen. It was as if the sky itself was keeping secrets from us, or worse, as if the timing had been chosen to hide the truth. For centuries, humans have looked at the night sky and imagined myths, dragons, banners of fire, omens of change, But what the James Webb Telescope, the Very Large Telescope, and ordinary backyard astronomers have revealed is no myth. 3I Atlas is no longer a lone mystery. It is escorted by 9 smaller companions, each radiating impossible power, moving with precision, and appearing not by chance, but by design. In a blink, the solar system went from hosting 1 interstellar object to 10. And that changes everything. If these are probes, if these are machines, they are not here to drift. They are here to act. Their synchronized movements, directed pulses toward the moon, and resonance with Earth's magnetic field all point to a mission that is unfolding in real time. Add in Swan R2, 100 times larger, arriving in the same corridor at the same time, and the silence from our institutions starts to feel less like caution and more like containment. They know something. And whatever it is, it's far bigger than any of us can yet understand. Something extraordinary is happening out there. The experts know it. This isn't a coincidence. And their silence speaks louder than any statement could. We wanted answers. But what we've been given are only questions, the kind that shake our understanding of everything we thought we knew. Are we witnessing a convoy arriving for a planned rendezvous? A fleet following a schedule written long before humans even existed? Are these 9 companions guardians, scouts, or something far more unsettling? Harvesters? And is it possible that even the moon is part of a hidden system we never truly understood? The most chilling thought is that these answers might not come from us at all, but from them, in their way and in their own time. Our greatest fear might not be that we've found something alien. The real fear is that this convoy was always coming, that it has passed by Earth before, and that only now, for the first time in history, humanity is advanced enough to notice. What if we were never the watchers, but the watched? What if by observing 3I Atlas, we didn't just uncover a secret, we activated something? What if our curiosity triggered the next phase of its mission? This is not science fiction. It's unfolding right now, above our heads, in real time. 10 mysterious objects, synchronized, powerful, and deliberate, are cutting through our solar system with precision. And as they draw closer to the sun, one haunting question remains. Maybe they're not just passing through. Maybe they're here for us.